Is it visible? Now the
Yes,
recording
sir.
has started. Okay. So z-score. We define the z-score as number of standard deviations an observation is away from me. And why we need to consider the z-score, the logic comes here. For example, if you have a data like this 25, 29, 32, and there this data set A, and then I have a data set B, and in this I have data like this 35, 39, and then 46. If I want to ask you to tell me that how much average dispersion is there in data set A and B, you can calculate it through standard deviation. You are going to calculate the standard deviation of data set 1, and you can calculate the standard deviation of data set 2, A and B. And then you can tell that in case of data set A, I have this average, this much average dispersion. In case of data set B, I have that much average dispersion, and you can answer this question. Secondly, if I will ask you about another question, that which data set is more consistent? It's about the consistency. So in that case, I need to compare data set A and data set B. And that comparison will be carried out through coefficient of variation, that is CV. But I can have another question. And that question is not within somewhere. I can ask you a question that, for example, how much this observation is away from the mean and how much this observation is away from the mean. And just compare. In that case, as it is a single data set, maybe you can carry out the comparison that, okay, for example, if you have a mean of, I haven't calculated it. Let's suppose if you have a mean of 40, and then in that case, you are going to see that this is 5 unit below the mean, this is 6 unit above the mean. I haven't calculated, so just an assumption that mean is 40. Because this is single data set, so it's possible. But let's suppose if I want to compare this observation with another data set and whose numbers are like this 1000, and then I have another value like 10,000, and then I have a value 15,000. And if I want you to just compare this observation with the data set of this observation, just give me a couple of minutes. I have an application. So if I will ask you that compare this observation, and its units are very, very different, and compare this observation with this, that how much this observation is away from the mean and how much, which one is more away from the mean. In that case, these units are in thousands, and these units, they are in few units, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in order to compare observations from two different data sets, because here you can see that there is a huge kind of deviation, that these units, they vary a lot, and these units, they do not vary. So that comparison cannot be in terms of that okay, this is 6,000 away from the mean, this is just 6 from the away from the mean, that will not going to give the idea. Rather, the only appropriate way to carry out the comparison is through z-scores. And we normally discuss the dispersion of any observation from the mean in terms of z-score, that how many standard deviations. An observation is away from the mean. So now it has a unit in terms of number of standard deviations. So in our description, now we will going to talk about number of standard deviation. That is it 1 standard deviation, is it 2 standard deviation, is it 3 standard deviation? 1, 2, 3, for example, what I want to say here, that let's suppose you have a mean of 26. And in that data set, you have a standard deviation of 3. So these 3 is 1 standard deviation. And let's suppose if I have an observation like 32, in that case, how much 32 is away from the mean? It's by 6 units. And my standard deviation is 3. So what I need to do, that I will going to conclude that it's 2 units away from the standard deviation. It's 2 standard deviations away from the mean. So the formula to calculate the z-score is very, very simple. It talks about how much an observation, how many standard deviations an observation is away from the mean. So it will be like this. For population, my z-score will be like this. As it talks about any individual observation, so I will going to write down the word x. Secondly, as it is telling you that how much it is away from the mean, so it will be mu in case of population, because population mean is mu. And then as we talk about number of standard deviation, so you need to divide it by the standard deviation. So x minus mu divided by standard deviation. This is the formula to calculate the z-score for any observation. So z-score relates to an observation. It do not relates to the entire data set. And that's very, very, so it relates to the individual observation. You just need to consider this. And for sample, it's nothing else but just change of symbols. X is any observation for which we are interested to know the z-score. And then as far as the mean for sample is concerned, it will be x bar, and then standard deviation will be represented by s. So x minus x bar divided by s. So x minus x bar, how much an observation is away from the mean. And when we divide it by standard deviation mean, it will going to give us in terms of standard deviations that how many standard deviation an observation is away from the mean. And now we're going to start with some example. Let's suppose I have a data set of A and I have a data set of B. So in my first data set, I have a value like 4, 6, and 5. And then in case of data set B, I have observations like 100, and then I have observation like 200, and then I have observation like 300. I'm just using those numbers where I can calculate very much rapidly. So this is for your practice only. So in order to calculate the z-score, for example, if I am interested to know that how much 5 is away from the mean, and I'm interested to compare this 5 with 300. This is the observation of my second data set. So what I need to do, that in the first step, I have to calculate the mean. So what will be the mean? 6 plus 5, 11, 11 plus 4 is equal to, so summation x will be 15. And x bar, that is mean, is equal to 15 divided by 3, sum of all observations divided by total number of observations. So I have a mean of 5 in case of data set 1. So now I will going to work with the standard deviation of data set 1. A is equal to 4, 6, 5. So it will be x minus x bar. So 4 minus 5, 6 minus 5, and 5 minus 5. So here I have a data set like this, that it will be minus 1, plus 1, and 0. So here I have x minus x bar square. So these are all calculations of my standard deviation, and we did it many times before. So x minus x bar square is equal to 2, because now it will be plus, because once we square it. So summation x minus x bar square divided by n minus 1 is the formula of standard deviation and under root. So it will be 2 divided by 3 minus 1 under root, and that will be 2 divided by 2 under root, and that will be equal to 1. So that's the standard deviation. So here you have a standard deviation of 1. So now you can calculate as the z-score for any value. For example, if you are interested to calculate the z-score of value 4, so it will be like this: z-score of 4. I am just calculating the standard deviation z-score for this is equal to x is 4 minus x bar 5 divided by my standard value of my standard deviation is 1. So it will be minus 1 divided by 1, that is equal to minus 1. So this tells us that this observation is, and you do not need to include those minus plus signs, so you just need to ignore them, because in your description you just need to tell that it's one standard deviation away from the mean, and this minus sign indicates that it's one standard deviation below from the mean. And if you're going to calculate standard deviation of data set this one, so once again it will be the, I have a 3 plus 2 plus 5, that will be equal to 600. Summation x will be 600, and then I have summation x over n, that will be equal to x bar. So 600 divided by 3, that will be equal to 200. So my mean is 200. So if I was going to do it, 100 minus 200, that will be x minus x bar, and then I have 200 minus 200, and then I have 300 minus 200. So I just switch to the next page. So I will have a situation like this: minus 100, 0, and then I have a plus 100. And these are all values of x minus x bar. And what I need to do now, that x minus x bar square, I have to square it. So when I will going to square it, it will be 10,000, 0 will remain as it is, and then I will have a value of 10,000. And that will be equal to 20,000. And that will be equal to 20,000. So my summation x minus x bar square will be equal to 20,000. And you know, in order to calculate the standard deviation, s is equal to under root summation x minus x bar square divided by n minus 1. So that will be 20,000 divided by 3 minus 1 and under root, and then 20,000 divided by 2 square root, and that, if I were going to solve this, that will be 10,000 under root. And if you are going to take the under root of 10,000, you will going to get a value of 100. Just verify my calculations. Under root, and then it's all about 10,000. So this is equal to 100. Under root of 10,000 is equal to 100. So now your standard deviation is 100. So this is the standard deviation of data set 1, 2. And if I will switch to a new slide and just rewrite my own data set B once again. It was 100 and then it was 200 and it was 300. And my standard deviation from here was 100. And if someone will ask me that how many standard deviation this observation is away from the mean, so I need, in order to calculate the z-score of 300, that's my observation, that will be 300 minus mean is equal to 200 divided by 100, and that will be 100 divided by 100, that will be equal to 1. So the data set like this 4, 5, 6, in terms of z-score, this observation and this observation, they are both identical in this regard that they both are one standard deviation on the higher side of mean. And these two observations, they are identical. They have an equal distance, that they are one standard deviation below the mean. So do you have any question regarding this? Just feel comfortable and ask. So it's all about individual observation when you need to compare the observations from two different data sets. So your standard tool is to calculate the z-score of each observation, and then you can interpret it in terms of standard deviation. That how many standard deviations an observation is away from the mean. Is it absolutely clear? Just feel comfortable and ask. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure? Anyone who is not clear with z-score, do not have a concept of z-score.
It's clear, sir.
Okay. Now I will going to switch to another concept, that is standard error. Can anyone define what is standard error? So normally we have different kinds of standard error, but the most prominent standard error is always the standard error of mean. So we also have the standard error for proportions as well, but we're going to discuss it later on because that deals with nominal and ordinal data. So we define standard error as difference between the sample mean and population mean. So and the formula of standard error of mean is very, very simple. S divided by under root n. S refers to the standard deviation of sample, and n refers to the number of observations in your sample. So S is standard deviation of sample, and n refers to the sample size. So standard error tells us information about how much your sample mean is different from population mean. How much your sample mean is different from population mean. Let me create a couple of slides and then I will going to discuss it. we define the standard error as difference between the sample mean and the population mean. So that leads us to two important concepts. You can have standard error for sample only. This is the concrete concept. Standard error has nothing to do with population. If you have a data source of population, that means you do not have any standard error. So standard error becomes an irrelevant term for population. Second, I have a question from you. And that question is that, do we know the population mean? So do we know the population mean? Please answer this question. Are you listening?
Yes, sir, but what kind of knowledge you're talking about regarding the population?
I'm telling you that standard error does the difference between the sample mean
सर कह रहे हैं कि उनकी लाइट चली गई है तो इसलिए वो डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए, तो 1 बजे क्लास लेंगे। अब 1 बजे सर रमीज की भी क्लास है, तो मैंने बताया सर को तो मैं भी किसी और टाइम स्केड्यूल हो, तो आप लोग लीव कर देंगे तो। 1 बजे टेक्सोनॉमी की क्लास होगी और 2 बजे स्टैट की।